Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Never Nine with Tommy podcast. We're coming to you live from the Bethlehem Fair. Nick's 10 feet away, tired as hell, rocking a Death Within stare. His skinny frame had him looking frail and a bit skeletal even before today. But with sleep deprivation, it looks like all of his emotion and color seems to be stored away. Last night, I saw the Wu-Tang Clan in concert with Nas. The performance was shocking. Meanwhile, Tommy and the number 3 didn't record a single second of content because of their passionate docking. They kept looking in each other's eyes and laughing and stopping. Thank God we'll have plenty of videos shot today to be dropping. With that, let's get back to this fucking game of 20 questions. Tommy fucking Washington, what's been happening? How are you?
I just want to put some things on the record here. I didn't dock to anybody. The reason we didn't get any videos is
I
the
just
reason
gave you a winky face.
I can't tell because you're wearing sunglasses. But more importantly here, the reason we don't have any videos from last night is because if you thought I was afraid of people, Mason is more afraid of people than I am, which is shocking.
I find that, yeah, quite shocking.
It's
Incredible.
actually not. I'm not afraid of people. I just don't like people, so I choose not to engage in conversation. Actually, you want to hear a funny story? There's a guy in the background right now. He's going to be on the show at
Hold
some
on,
point.
is this similar to how you don't like bugs and you don't like the dark and you don't like scary movies?
I'm not afraid of any of those things.
I didn't say you were. I said you don't like them.
That's true. I don't like them. I'm not afraid of any of them.
Okay.
But this is a true story. This happened after we released last night. This guy was standing behind us right now. He's talking to me. He came over to the tent last night. He knows me from one of the gun stores. He works at a gun store. He wants to be on the show. We'll have him on the show at some point this weekend. But I didn't have much to say when I met him. And we're getting ready to leave, and it goes, Tom, you have to be the dullest person I've ever met. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to
Are
say.
you both named Tom?
No, he was talking to me.
Oh.
The other one was gone. I believe his name's Tom. I'm not sure. I don't remember.
I'll introduce myself. He'll say his name back to me. You'll hear it, then you don't have to admit that you know.
I appreciate that.
That's what any.
I heard that we're having a conversation right here, and he's sitting right behind us. That he doesn't know what we're talking about.
If he listens to the show, he'll know it's not like we're talking about the stack, literally.
Well, literally.
One
Anyway, so yeah, we were here last night with Mason. It was a good time. I had a good time with Mason. It wasn't bad. Other than, we talked to some people. Mason kept doing this thing where I would, I'd push him to go out and meet some people or talk to people about the podcast. So then I would start talking to people, and then when I would lure them in, before I could hand them the card, he thought we were like keeping score of who handed out the most cards.
Okay.
So he'd be like, "Oh, here's a card. Oh, here's a card."
I like his strategy.
I don't.
At least you're both involved.
I guess, but it also gets confusing, right, when you're not here, because I introduce myself as. I think those are pajama pants, too.
They sure are. Here's the thing.
This is a whole new
level. Bedroom.
This is a whole new level. I've never seen someone wear pajama pants to a fair. Walmart, yes. Fairs, no.
And not only that, but like he has a baseball card.
Like
He knows he's not in his pajamas.
Maybe
he's not sleeping with a hard brim.
Maybe he does because he doesn't want that head.
There's no bed. Where'd you find that list? What show was it?
174. I forgot what I was saying before you interrupted me.
Mason and you.
We did that.
Keeping score.
Yeah, we did that. I don't know what else.
Rizzo, Jizzo, Inspect the Deck.
What?
Young Dirty Bastard.
What are you talking
Nas.
about? I don't care about
Busta
the concert.
Rhymes.
I don't care about the concert you went to last night. Not even a little bit.
It was a good one.
There's zero chance I like any of the music.
Come on.
But
Tom, everybody spread milk. Give me some more.
but
All the cars in the big cribs, give me some more.
anyway, there's a guarantee of this too, that there's going to be a guy that's going to talk during our podcast on that loudspeaker, and it is so effing loud. It's ridiculous.
Did
And
you just censor yourself?
sure did.
Thanks for that. We're trying to tone it back here on the Never Know podcast.
I get told a lot that I swear a lot, but anyway.
I get told a lot that I swear. What is this? You just pull out a new color?
Yeah. What the fuck is this?
Dude! What? Does that match my hat better than everything we have?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
All right.
Looks like it does. But
Looks
anyway,
quite nice.
Nick.
It's also a.
You look like a merman.
Well, that was my goal.
Nailed it.
Number 9 with Tommy Podcast. Always on brand, always off topic.
Sorry, geez.
Nick told me that the guy who does the announcing is the same guy from Grocery Fair, which we already knew that.
Yeah.
But did you know that he goes and he sets up all those speakers himself?
You know, that does kind of make sense.
That's why there's so many. That's why there's so many. It's like every 10 feet.
It sure is.
And they're huge megaphones. Huge.
We have several fairgrounds that we will be visiting, and we're fairly familiar with some of them. I'm interested to know why there are so many permanently affixed light poles at this fairground, and other fairgrounds seem to have not taken that approach.
I think they all take that approach.
Okay, and then they bring in additional lighting for that specific event.
Are you talking about
the
one
bigger
that-
fairs?
So
require like outside vendors to bring in lights.
that's usually for the parking.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's like I think
Because there's a lot of lights.
I think I know which one you're talking about.
You do.
It's 100% their parking.
That's a lot of parking.
Yeah, they have 4 huge parking lots, and it's actually each corner of the town, and then they bus you into it.
Is that real?
I didn't make it up. That's what happens. I've been.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it's massive. But anyway, here's another thing. We're sitting here last night. I don't know, 9 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock. Not super late. Fair gets over at 10. Gates close at 11. Gotta be out by 11. Which I didn't know that either. It's a little bit.
Fair's an hour later, huh?
Yep.
Just found that out myself.
I left at 10 last night, but that's because I had the kids with me. But anyway, they're paging. You know how he says that he will not do personal pages?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he will do personal pages when you're a child. And when I say child, I'm assuming 6, 7 years old, 4 maybe, who lost their parent. He goes in.
He has the child, but not the parent.
Yes.
That's awesome.
How many times do you think you would have to page for that parent?
I would say 1, and then brace yourself because that parent's coming running.
3 or 4 times had a page for this parent.
Did he announce when the parent showed up? Like, hey, everybody, everything's fine. We got the parent.
No, but we all had money on that shoeish white girl always did.
Right.
Because,
Assume you are correct.
like, how do you, like, I can understand losing your kid in a crowd of people, but one page
Yeah.
is all it should take. Even if you don't know where the information booth is, because, like, I don't know where it is, but here's the thing. There's a million vendors here,
Yeah.
and nobody's going to be like, oh, I'm not going to tell you where your kid is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm not going to do that. So, like, how do you not find your kid? And there is zero chance with the way these megaphones are set up that you didn't hear it.
Like, ma'am, we found your kid with all the windows rolled up in the back seat of your car in this blistering heat.
Jake from State Farm was here yesterday.
Yeah.
He was here before the fair started. He was telling us that, so you can park on, I think they call it the Medway, on the Medway until 4:30 yesterday. It's 7:30 in the mornings now.
Okay.
Before the fair opens. A half hour before the fair starts, you have to get your cars out of here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So they're paging for his Honda Civic guy to move his car. And he keeps paging and paging and paging. And finally he goes, whoever's driving this piece of shit Honda Civic, get it off the Medway.
That's awesome.
Classic. But anyway, so that's a little bit of a recap from yesterday. We had a good time. Natasha was here. That's Nick's other half. I told Natasha that, you know, we came and set up here Wednesday night with her and Nick. And she had said something to me like, oh, Tom, you're fat. You know, something of that nature. And I said, you know, Natasha, I was just thinking after Wednesday night that, you know what, I like that girl Natasha. She's all right. And now...
She's a hard worker.
She is. She doesn't stop. She reminds me a lot of Nick. It kind of scares me. Nick actually sat down and had a beer with me Wednesday night, or Thursday night. Like, we actually just sat here and talked. It was weird.
Yeah,
Usually he's
you
bouncing off
guys,
the walls.
so this is true. At the end of the Goshen Fair that we wrapped last week, I got a phone call on the drive home
Yeah, Nick wanted to go
after spending 36 consecutive fucking hours with you and Nick. And he's like, hey man, you want to grab a beer at the bar? And I was like, super busy, not going to be able to make it. Like, what? I can't believe either one of you would want to see my fucking face ever again after these fairs.
What? It's a little recap
Cute
of...
face.
It's,
Nick does have a cute face.
he's lying to you.
He's not wrong. Significantly, bro.
Yeah, whatever. Do you ever feel like that's a weird thing? You know what I mean?
What's that?
Like, clearly young girls can be attractive.
Well, depending on how they present themselves.
Yeah, but, like, are you not allowed to acknowledge that they're attractive? Or, like, you know what I mean? Should I just keep these thoughts to myself and not put them out on the internet?
No, you can share them with me. I mean, that's perfectly fine. You can dig deep in the annals of my brain, and I mean,
No,
there's nothing that you can say that's off limits.
Well, what about the world?
The world is a less accepting culture.
Well, I'm just, like, I'm
I'm
saying...
accepting of all people except for the Dutch.
Actually, they're kind of too accepting.
What's the second exception?
No, he said, oh my God, wrong form of the word two. Two, T-O-O. They're too accepting.
Correct.
At this point.
I
Like
see.
too much.
I thought you said they're...
Not like two.
I thought you said they're...
T-O-O.
I get it.
Because
I
one of
thought-
us is T-O-O accepting.
All right. Do you guys want to do a podcast together? Or,
Yeah, I want to do a podcast with anybody. Let's go.
I really thought... Nick, what's the name of your friend there?
Oh,
Your friend that was just here giving you ice.
Dave.
Dave.
Tom,
It's not Tom.
got it.
It's not Tom. For some reason, I thought it was Tom.
Tom just thinks everybody's Tom now.
Yeah. For real.
I can tell you this: everybody wants to be like Tom.
Different Tom, but
So
still.
Dave, I thought he was just gonna sit down and be on the podcast. So it's right now.
Tom,
Yeah, he had to go unload all that ice into the...
He's here with the Boy Scouts of America.
Yeah.
Tom, do you have Beast TV on this thing?
I do not.
Tom, can you put Beast TV on this thing?
I can.
Tom, do we have a way to watch football tomorrow? Is my real question.
With the amount of people that are gonna be here, probably.
I will
What do you
bring
mean
a
it's the
TV.
amount of
I don't give a
people?
fuck.
Yeah, we don't. It's not like I want to sit down and watch the game. I just want the game on.
Yeah, with the amount of people here, your phone's not gonna be able to stream.
Oh, gotcha.
I can, like, we can probably check scores.
Tom, I know I waited till
Yeah, we're
day
doing
2
a-
last week, but I've got a serious case of the public. I will be shitting today at the fair.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. There is, however, in case you guys didn't know, if you go walk straight up this path, I saw it last night when we were leaving. There is a bathroom right up here.
Oh, like a permanent building?
Yeah,
Nice.
pretty dope. Pretty dope.
I'll tell you what, that Goshen Fair bathroom smelled clean. I
Yeah.
mean, they wiped that fucker down non-stop.
Well, when you have a truck, that makes you
Gross. I leaned against it. Did I tell you that, Nick?
I think one of my favorite parts of being at the fair is the people watching.
That's my favorite part of being anywhere, especially Walmart and this fair. All fairs.
Well, if you think about it, Walmart and a fair are pretty much the same things.
And people.
Same people.
These are my people. Bless.
Bless.
Gross.
Pat said today that fair people were a certain type of people. I don't know what that means, but
I also refer to them as flag-waving, fun-loving people.
these are Americans.
Americans.
They're not all Americans.
That's true. But they are all about the American culture. Bless you. Stop.
Knock it off, dude.
Some of them are.
Gross.
How Pat or Nick, you want to see Pat throw up his breakfast? Disgusting. You want to see that?
He's not even hanging that. He's just standing up front with that right now.
You want,
You're
you want to see Pat throw up his breakfast?
Why?
Because if I sneeze and have those snots on my nose, he will.
And he does. Frequently.
I was going through all the videos last week, and I had this picture on my phone.
Everybody has their thing, dude. Like, you shit your pants, he blows some bubbles. Like,
Yeah, you have
See how
bubble
mine's
guts.
way less disgusting. Everybody poops, Nick.
So Nick, this is a true story. I have a picture on my phone of the time I did that, and I was
Yeah.
like, I got to take a picture of this and send it to Pat. So I kept that picture forever, and I just randomly sent it to Pat. So last weekend, when I was going through all my videos, trying to get them off my phone to the computer, I stumbled across that photo, and I was like, I don't want to do it. It was super late at night because Pat was sleeping. I was like, I'm gonna send this to Pat and wake up to this. And so I totally forget about it the next morning, right? And all of a sudden I get all these weird texts from Pat to get it off his screen, right? So and I'm like, what the fuck is he doing? I thought he was trying to wake me up.
no,
Assuming-
he's just putting periods and shit. So
Yeah.
it's like,
It's fucking gross.
So funny.
It's alarmingly disgusting.
that's amazing.
Anyway, so we got these last three
Jake
questions.
Manning in the house.
I don't know who that is.
If you go to
That guy?
If you go to NEW, there's a character on NAW programming named Jake Manning, the Man Scout.
Are you trying to look something up right now?
Yes.
You know you don't have internet servers, right?
Or you just joined a hotspot.
Is it my hotspot?
I don't know, you phone too.
It's not me.
Okay.
Somebody doesn't have their hotspot password protected. That doesn't seem smart. Good thing we're not hackers over here. Think face. Are we gonna do these last 10 questions?
Yeah, I'm fucking ready.
Yeah, what are we gonna do for tomorrow's episode?
We'll have a timeline.
Alright, cool. I like just talking about the fair because I'm sure we're gonna have tons of interesting stories out there today.
Well, I'll tell you what, I have a notepad on me today. I figured out that if I keep a notepad on me, we're better off as a whole.
Mainly because you can't remember anything?
Yeah.
Like all the stories I just told off of memory, you wouldn't be able to tell?
Right. So if you hit me at some point with a note, I'll just write it down real quick so I can add it to the timeline.
Okay.
Pat, write that down.
I'm gonna have Eric to go over there and get a pair of those shorts. I like those shorts.
Are they guy shorts or girl shorts?
They're girl shorts.
Where do you see shorts?
You guys hold them.
Follow-up question. Where do you see a guy? Is it multiple pence over?
No, it's the guy with the long hair. He has long hair. How do you automatically... This is like the Mason thing last night with the dad squared shirt.
He was turned the other way.
You automatically assume because he has long hair, he can't be a man? Or he can't be a man?
I did not assume that. You assumed that.
I didn't assume that. I saw his
I
face.
said, where do you see the man? You said, that person's the man. I would not assume this shit. That's unfair.
So you're not like Mason, is what you're saying?
Nothing like Mason. Mason's out there assuming people's genders.
I know. Horrible shit. You hear that? That was a tractor pulling by. Fucking sick.
It's a pretty dope tractor.
Block.
Now, after further review, you're right. Fairs do not attract a certain type of person. I was wrong.
People who like tractors? What, just because we're excited about tractors doesn't mean we're a certain type of people?
Yeah, you're people that get excited about tractors.
You don't get excited about tractors?
Can't say that I do.
So you're not American. Gotcha. America was built on the back of tractors.
You think that
just
all
like-
tractors... Wow.
It was.
You think that all tractors are American made? Is that what you're telling me?
John Deere's are.
All tractors.
If you own a tractor, it better be American made.
But do you think that all tractors are American made? Have you ever heard of a Komatsu?
Yeah, they don't make tractors.
They don't make any tractors?
Not that I'm aware of.
I'm going to Google this later.
Because they don't make any tractors in America.
Any tractors?
Any tractors.
They don't make any tractors.
Oh, you know what? Kubota. Kubota's American made, right? I could be wrong.
It's definitely an American word. Kubota.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely Japanese.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, but they could be made in America.
They could be. I guess we'll find
Like
out later.
Toyotas. Toyotas are made in America, but they're a Japanese car.
That
So
is
Chevys are made in
completely not
Japan.
true.
Yeah, the Toyota Camry's...
1000% not true.
Toyota Camry's
That's
like
100% true,
87% built in America.
Yeah. Come on, Nick. Get it together. Jeez. It's a Japanese design.
Just because they have a fucking plant here.
It's
BMW is a plant here too. They're not fucking made in America.
It's 87% assembled in America.
Built
That's
in
American
America.
jobs.
Built in America, not
Yeah.
made in America.
Yeah, built.
This isn't like Second Armaments clothing.
So
which
is GE. That's why they
farm
moved to
sourced
Brazil.
from South Carolina, shipped to California to be dyed, and then shipped to Torrington, Connecticut, where the Torrington, Connecticut design is created in the Torrington, Connecticut factory.
How many more
Did
times
you know
can
that made in
bang out?
America doesn't necessarily mean USA?
Like it
It
could
means
be
North America.
North, South, or Central?
really. That's pretty brilliant. Excellent marketing strategy.
It really is.
Fucking
so what we need to
Canadians.
do. So what we need to do is get more South American made shirts.
Do you think we should ask people today on this whiteboard? I want to come up with a quiz question or several. Do you think one of the questions should be which is worse, the Canadians or the Dutch? And just let people go ham.
I don't have a problem. If you have a problem with Canadians, there's something wrong with
That is true. Yeah. Fuck the French.
you. Huh?
French Canadians, man. Fuck French Canadians.
Why you? Yeah, there's nothing wrong
I'm
with
talking about a little place called Aspen. I don't know, Lloyd. The French are assholes.
That is a legitimate statement, and he's not wrong.
Why does everybody hate the French?
They have great
Have you ever
toast.
been to France? It's the worst place in the world.
No. Why have you been to France?
They had the Eiffel Tower. That I almost said they almost
Right.
said the Paris Tower.
They got the Leaning Tower of Eiffel, bro. Are you ready to play this fucking game?
You seemed awfully offended about something that I said earlier.
What was that?
The comment about how America was built
You said America was built on tractors and slaves.
on the backs. It's true. We want to have a lot of the things
I
that we
wouldn't
have
go
in
as
this
far as
life.
to say that I was offended. I was certainly sneak attacked. I did not see it coming.
Did I spit some truth on the podcast?
That it's 8:27 in the morning and you have brought up slavery.
I also
I'm
can
not saying
guarantee you we didn't have tractors then. So,
Yeah, but
Nick brings up an interesting point as well.
sure, so maybe it's 100%. But yeah, I think that's an important thing to acknowledge, though. That we want to have the things we have without doing that throughout life. Or through that time period. I shouldn't say
You don't
life.
think that we could have just fucking been hardworking people and not enslaved
could have
an
been.
entire culture?
We could have been, but we weren't. So I think credit is due to certain cultures.
I don't even know if you mean credit is due to the people who did the building that were enslaved, or credit is due to the people who were smart enough to enslave an entire culture so that they wouldn't have to do any work.
You said
Like, are you
smart
being
enough?
funny or are you being smart?
I'm being smart,
Okay.
man. Jesus. What the
It's so
hell's-
difficult.
what the hell's the matter with you?
I don't know. It's early, bro.
What the f-
Nick, what color? Ooh, God, that's a nice shirt, Nick.
You got any 2X's?
I do.
Perfect. You just sold one shirt to Pat.
What's? Oh, hey, Nick, do me a favor.
I've interrupted this podcast a
Yeah,
lot
no.
today.
Well, before you sit, can you get Tommy's birthday present? Tommy, your birthday's tomorrow. You're not going to be here for the entirety of the day.
I'll be here for most
We're
of it.
dropping you a one of a kind. There is only going to be. We are not going to make a second one like this, and you're going to understand how bad that bothers me. I'm doing this. This was the only pure thing that I could do for you for your birthday.
Oh, it's actually like packaged and everything.
I will not make myself one of these. Yours will be the only one. And you will understand why that's important and how much I love you when you open this. Nick and I
It's definitely
have
a hoodie.
created you the perfect birthday
I appreciate this, guys. You guys didn't have to give me anything for my birthday. I'm not
present.
really.
You
a
could
big
just stop
birthday
sneezing
person.
around us. We can all be happy.
I'm not gonna stop doing that.
Okay.
It's sealed and everything.
Well, it's high quality.
Oh, it's
You know.
dude. I was talking so much shit to Nick last night. So much shit to Nick
About what?
About a zip-up hoodie because Natasha was wearing a zip-up hoodie.
Well, it was the perfect gift.
Legit, dude.
Let's sit in the back. It was the last one.
Oh, yeah.
You guys found the sticker, huh?
Yeah.
Oh no,
No, this is
it's
a
a
small
small one. You guys gonna find it.
I couldn't.
Oh man, I appreciate that, guys.
Happy birthday, man.
I really appreciate that. You guys didn't have to do that.
Just think of
It would have been.
how much cotton
I don't
went into
wanna-
that.
I know how much South Carolina cotton,
That's right. You know where that was dyed in California. That's a fucking promise.
and then shit there for that design that I created.
Is
Second
there?
Armor did not create this design. I
No.
Well, it would have been dope.
A big
If
portion
you
of
put
the creation of that
fucking
design.
thing on the back, but you don't have any white ones.
Right. Yeah.
But I like it. I'm gonna wear this everywhere. So
Excellent.
excited. Thanks,
We
guys.
we
Oh,
knew
yeah.
how badly you wanted to zip up long before you said anything.
Yeah, I did. I'm super excited.
Good.
Pretty sure Pat wanted this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I actually
said you're a piece of shit, Pat.
before you were in Nick's lab one day, I was like, Nick, we have one more. I want to make a 2XL hoodie for myself.
He
And
did.
then let's not tell Tom. I'll just start wearing it one day. And he was like, that's fucking hilarious. But then it was inching close to your birthday, and I was like, ooh, you know what Tom would really like is a fucking zip up. Then Nick fucking overnighted the zip up, which was far more expensive than just thinking it through in time. But we did not do that.
Oh, you guys just ordered this zip up?
Oh yeah, and overnighted.
When the hell did you print that?
Last night.
It's cool. We've all got a ton of extra time on our hands.
You guys are ridiculous. Pat, I feel bad, man. You can overnight yourself a hoodie.
Yeah.
Why would I overnight myself?
Well, have Nick order you one, man. I shouldn't be the only one to have one. We're a team.
No, I'll just make a different hoodie.
Always on brand, always off topic.
Yeah, I'll just
I like that one.
Yeah.
I could do always on.
You know what?
brand,
I
always
want
on
that
topic.
one instead. You can have
What
that one.
the fuck is happening?
Wow, dude. He just Indian gifted that shit real quick.
Indian gifted. I've never even heard that
I
term.
appreciate that, guys. You guys really didn't have to overnight a hoodie. I mean, I have plenty of
Had to be here
birthdays.
on time.
To have it to your for
Does
your
it really?
birthday. We did.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you guys something, man. I'm not a big birthday guy. And
Yeah,
I
you're like a
never-
Mormon. We get it.
I don't give anybody birthday gifts, including my wife. Yeah.
No, we're well aware.
My wife
to
was.
my core.
I know it does. I don't know why. It's just another day. I mean, given.
All right, then. Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the Number 9 with Tommy podcast live from the Bethlehem Fair. If yesterday taught us anything, it's that I'm a marketing genius and that Tommy's a penis. And even more than how much I love Dana Carvey when he was playing the church lady, I love my motherfucking boy Tommy. Today makes 33 years since his birth, baby.
Morning, folks. How are you?
We're celebrating all day here at the fair. And Nick and I gave him a little surprise yesterday morning. Unfortunately, in the 5th episode of a 5-part series of events, the camera stopped recording with no warning. So the gift giving was deleted and will never be seen.
What are you talking about? It's on there.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, you've interrupted my intro. Shut up, I haven't introduced you yet. So the gift giving wasn't deleted and will never be seen. Kind of like how I can't reach my fat arms around my fat body, so my crusty asshole will never be clean. Anyway, we're ready to record here in the rain and ready to interview all you fuckers live. So come to the Bethlehem Fair and find the second armament booth and sit down and chat up the fatties inside. Tommy fucking Washington, happy birthday, buddy. What's been up and how are you?
Tired, Pet. Tired.
You're getting old, so that makes sense.
Trying to pull up because we did the last 10 questions yesterday,
We did.
and then
Did we record any of those?
no, so we can redo them today.
Oh, okay. That's gonna seem ingenuine, but I'm ready.
Oh boy, can't connect to that. I'm trying to connect my iPad here to the thingamajigger.
Glad you guys were ready.
One of us is. I'm ready.
I'm not ready.
Tom's angry because I'm not ready, but here I am. Totally.
To be fair,
To be fair,
you weren't ready.
I literally announced that I was ready. And then Nick sidetracked me. He was looking all sexy. Look at him with the arm up, hand in his pocket, so nonchalant. Can the camera pick up Nick right now?
I wish, because damn, I look good.
He's so hot, my teeth are sweating.
He's so hot, my teeth are sweating.
How you doing, guys?
So there we go. Now we got sit.
Oh man, he's got a rain cover, dude.
He's got a rain cover,
Dude, this
dude.
kid is in a backpack on his dad's back, and he's got straight up awning over his head.
He's carrying a whole tent with a baby.
That's awesome.
So here we are, day 3 of the Bethlehem Fair. We didn't do any interviews on Friday because I was with Mason. I think we kind of went over this yesterday on the show yesterday. What we're going to do is we're going to clip these two together.
I thought you were flipping yesterday's with.
No, I think we should clip this one into one from yesterday, the first part,
Okay.
for Wednesday's or Thursday's show.
Okay.
And we'll do the interview with Dave for Monday.
Okay.
Makes sense, right?
Sure.
So we talked about a little bit Friday with Mason, I think, about how that didn't go well. We didn't interview anybody. But yesterday was a pretty eventful day for us.
Yesterday was wild.
It started out a little slow. Kind of like today. Like this morning, we recorded that shit yesterday at like 8:30 in the morning. Today, all of us were running late.
Mostly Nick, but all of us were behind.
But 2 of us were here on time. 1 of us was not here at all on time.
That's true. And we had a good lie going where we convinced Nick that we were here on time and set up because he was so late that he wouldn't have known any better.
Yeah. But that's
then
not
we
my
gave
style.
it away.
I can't lie.
Is that like one of those publishers clearinghouse checks, or? Yeah.
Nick's over there.
Nick is,
Chatting up the
Nick
crowd.
is just slinging game out there.
Yeah. So it started out slow, but then I think our first interview was with Kevin. Right?
Yep, the dude for the Scouts.
Yep. And then it was Kevin,
man.
the inbreeder
How you
from
doing, guys?
Winston.
He was yesterday?
Yes. Yes.
Ooh,
Pat.
I tell you what, we have done so many fucking interviews at this point that they all run together.
Facts.
I feel like he was 10 years ago.
Yeah, that was yesterday morning. We did
Okay.
that. And then,
He was jacked. You want to talk about country strong? That dude looked like Brock Lesnar.
yeah, he was huge. And then we did Dave. And then we did the 2 girls.
Dave had an amazing weight loss story if you guys haven't listened to Dave's episode, which will end up being episode 176.
Yes, and this will be episode 177.
So you probably already heard it.
Yes.
The two girls will not get their own episode because we didn't quite go long enough, but one of them was a model and actress. The other one was a teacher of 3rd and 5th graders, or 3rd to 5th graders.
Yeah, something like
So that was not the worst interview in the world.
And then we did Will and
Oh my God, yeah,
Dylan
Will and
again.
Dylan.
Yep.
Willin.
yeah, Willin.
Hashtag team Willin.
Yeah, we did Team Willin yesterday.
Will stayed for the remainder of the event because we were having such a good time with him.
Yes, Will's a friend of Nick's. He stopped by the booth here, and then he came back.
If anybody wants to know what Will looks like, picture Ryback with some hair.
You guys ever heard of us before? Like
Some hair. He doesn't have a lot.
All of our t-shirts and hoodies are 100% American.
So Will, we didn't even interview him. He came and saw Nick and talked to him for a minute, and then he left to go get food, and then came back and just ate at our table, and then we're like, hey man, let's do a podcast. You're already sitting here.
Yeah.
And then Dylan showed up.
Then the McCaffrey showed up.
Yeah, but before all that,
Yeah.
this lady is walking by screaming FJB.
Oh yeah, that is how that got started.
Yep. And Pat had the genius idea to put a sign out front of our
All
tent
of our t-shirts
that
and
says,
hoodies are 100%
do you want to be on number 9 Time Podcast doing interviews today? Something like that.
Yeah. It was welcoming to the idea of you coming into the tent and recording live.
Yes. We should stop saying recording live because we're not recording live.
We are recording live, it's not airing live. It's not edited.
But it will be.
Yeah, well then you're cutting the live recording and making it something else. Currently, this is a live recording.
I get your logic, but it's not accurate.
1000% accurate. I'm gonna Google this in a minute.
Okay. So anyway, she's like, yeah, I got something to say, and she's there with a little posse. She has 2 daughters with her and a niece. So we interviewed this lady, very nice lady.
And very outspoken but clear.
Yes.
Like she knows how she feels and is able to effectively communicate.
Yes. We didn't agree on everything, which I think is good, but we did agree on most things.
Makes for a better podcast.
And then she convinces us to interview her youngest daughter, which will never air.
That interview will not air.
But this family,
Let's call that the greatest lost episode in the history of podcasting.
yes, yes,
She was the wildest. Here's the thing: she was not only wild, she was also a very, very good communicator,
yes,
and was super conscious of her own opinions and feelings, and got the message across very clearly. And she talked about anything from like what she reads to what goes on around the house. Like she covered all kinds of different areas.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Durham, Arlington, and Riverton as well.
What's that? Did you say something?
Yeah, very nice to meet you. Have a great day. Thanks so much.
Awesome.
That family ended up hanging out with us for a good 3.5 hours yesterday.
True story.
We did
Their
the
friends, their family friends came in. They were inviting people over.
Yeah. She cannot say enough good things about this family. So very lucky to have met them. Very
Yes.
happy to have interviewed them.
Absolutely. It will not be the last time we spend time with them.
No, well not. We got invited over Christmas Eve.
True story.
Um,
They're gonna come by for Hella Christmas at my house.
Yeah, they are great people. We will not be video sharing that episode, but it will be out on podcast.
Yes, their anonymity has been requested, and with good reason, and we will respect that.
Yes, 100%. So all in all, yesterday was a fantastic day. We
We also came up with, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but we're not done talking about what happened yesterday. We came up with a genius idea. We might go live style with Nick from Second Armament, possibly his girlfriend Natasha, and the 2 guys who we keep deleting the interviews for, which is Jake and Tom.
yeah.
We might go live style in a game of Cards Against Humanity. Maybe Miss Elizabeth will be there, and
Nick's
just
looking at this phone like I'm
talk
not
straight
recording
shit.
or something.
Nick,
and
is he
saying
recording right now?
making me super nervous.
I
Why
think
are you staring at
he
the
didn't
phone?
verbalize his answer. He just gave me a nod. So professional.
Why are you making it
Mix
super
up-
sketch?
oh.
Oh, he's busting out the
You want me
whiteboard.
to make you a whiteboard? I got this.
I got you.
Please don't let Pat write on his
Can you just
handwriting
write
is
America?
atrocious.
Am I right?
Oh, we played a little game of America yesterday.
We did play a game of America. We're not going to talk about the game. We're just going to say we played the
The
game.
first rule about America is you don't talk about America.
The mom of that family,
Joined in the game immediately.
she did, but she was very confused. She only got half of it
Okay.
because she, how do I say this? She thought it was only a specific part.
Oh, I didn't
not
recognize
the whole
that.
thing. She was calling out the lower portions.
She, first off, immediately picked up on what was going on. But also, just that I honestly think you could take that woman to like a black tie affair and she would kill it. I think you could take her to a truck rally and she would kill it. I think you could take her to a NASCAR race or, like a college classroom and she would kill it. I think if you brought her into a courtroom, she would kill it. I don't think you could. I think that woman is like water. She would just take the shape of the environment she's in.
Nick is, I figured out what Nick's writing on his thing. He's writing on the recording in progress. Did somebody comment on it? Oh, okay. I don't hate it.
We got 2 signs up now.
Oh, I like it. He's putting out, you want to be on a podcast? Recording in progress. I like it.
He's kind of brilliant, that guy, Nick. You know what? He makes nice shirts over at secondarmament.com. Is that your website, secondarmament.com?
It is.
Okay, good.
2ND.
2ND. 2ND
That's how you spell
armament.com.
second,
It's
not-
ARMAMENT.com. Speaking of, it is 9/11, or as I like to call it, Todd Beamer Day.
guys, how we doing?
And on Todd Beamer Day, Nick is slinging
guys don't
some
like pizza yet?
We Remember shirts that are super nice. They have the American flag leading down to, you've seen the American flag kind of transition into rifles. He's got the American flag leading into the New York City, what's that called? Not a skyscraper? Skyline. There you go, Skyline. And it's sick. Mine is on an olive green t-shirt, which looks super nice.
Yes. So we ended last night with a nice little nightcap with Jake and Tom. We got some baked potatoes, some ice cream, hung out. The rest of the night that 3 hours, 3.5 hours, whatever it was so intense. I was completely
Exhausted, spent.
just spent after that.
I had more energy than I've had in weeks because of it. It was like a thrill ride. Also, we talked some business with Jake from State Farm.
Sure
Who's
did.
not actually from State Farm, but we may have more on that coming up very soon. And
Partnership.
I don't know. I'm just making a guess based on the past. I don't have any way of qualifying this guess, but I assume that Tom, not Tommy, but Tom, went home and fucked a cat. That's a guess. So,
Yeah. What was that? Wow.
that was a cat.
So yesterday Pat and I finished up the last 10 questions of our 40 questions. How well do we know each other? It didn't get recorded, so we want you guys to have the last 10 questions, so we're going to finish those today.
Tom, since we already did that, can we play the opposite game? So, like, for example, the first question is...
That's not fair to the listeners.
It is because we don't want to do the exact same thing we did yesterday. It's going to be a very mundane conversation.
I might
But
have new answers.
The first question is, what's the first thing I would do if I won the lottery? My answer was you would buy a truck and several TVs because that's what you always do with your money.
You didn't say a truck, you said just several TVs, I'm pretty sure.
I'm positive that I also said a truck. But we didn't record it, so there's no way of proving either one of us wrong. But today, I will give the last thing you would do with the winnings from the lottery. How do you feel about winning?
We can try it.
All right.
I just want to say how much I like this money clip thing that we got from Jacob State
Yeah, I
Farm.
put the cards that we're hitting out on it because then I
Yeah.
wouldn't play with them and ruin them because I'm so fidgety.
Well, have you noticed during the interviews I sit there and
I do too. That's what that. I was like, nope,
Like,
I'm
I
going to
need
put
to
these
have
on a
something-
steel backing.
if anything, I found that when we're doing this stuff at the fair, I need something in my hands.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but like if we're talking to someone, I need to have maybe it's the smoking thing because I'm not smoking
Yeah,
anymore.
you're outside.
And I'm so used to smoking cigarettes when I'm having a conversation
Yeah.
that I need to have something to fit in. But anyway, all right. So, what's the last thing Pat would do if he won the lottery? Go on a vacation.
Why would that be the last thing I do?
Because you don't go on vacation ever.
I go on vacation. I go visit my family.
That's not a vacation.
That is my vacation. Damn it. To
That's
prove
not-
your point. Okay, that's fair. Tom, you would fund the most radical Democratic candidate in their campaign for presidency.
So like a Bernie?
Like a Bernie, you would fund Bernie's campaign single-handedly.
Okay. We actually just had a good discussion about like the
College tuition reform and the
and,
the payoff.
the payoff. We don't know a lot about it, so I don't want to speak too much on it. But we had a good discussion this morning.
We will do the standard amount of research and get back to you guys.
Yeah, you know the slogan: always on brand, always on topic.
Right.
Which means always on brand, never do research.
Right. Tom, if I could be an animal, or in this case the opposite, if I could be an animal, which would I be, or what's the last animal I would be?
A dog.
Okay. You're dangerously close to correct. I can't think of anything worse than being a fucking dog.
Dogs are awesome.
Tom, the last thing you would choose to be? Oh, that's easy. A bat. Because you're afraid of the dark, and bats are awake in the dark. So
I'm not afraid of the dark.
that's a pretty simple one.
Did
Tom,
you
if-
mention that? Oh, you didn't answer.
Oh, this is going to be great. I'm glad we're doing opposites. Tom, if I died, what would you want of mine?
All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, coming up in about 3.5 minutes from now,
Tom, I would
over our
want
main
all
stage area,
of your Red Sox and 49ers
we've got a great
memorabilia.
magic and illusion
Perfect.
Very
area,
exciting stuff.
and we will be
What do
looking
I not put on
for
my
willing
jersey?
participants to participate in some of the
Do not-
magic and illusion.
Oh, mine's easy.
So again, if you'd like to check out the show, I would head up there now. Get yourself a good seat over on our main stage area.
Big Mac toppings on your pizza.
Again, illusion quest
I ate
featuring
Big
our
Mac.
You
illusionist
complained about
and
it.
I
magician,
did not complain about
David
it.
Why
Garrett.
is the guy screaming? He has a
Hey,
nice
fucking
shirt, man.
stage momentarily from now, and he'll be looking for volunteers
Super
to help with the magic
Looks
show.
like
Sounds like tons of fun, so check it out. Coming up at
playing a
10:30,
Native American in a movie, but
right here
isn't
at
actually
the
Native
Bethlehem
American.
Fair, main stage.
You
The
see
white
it, right?
Pocahontas.
Yeah.
Um,
So anyways, White Hunts.
Also coming up, the Stock
This
Garden
guy-
Tractor Pull,
this guy-
and that's happening in the extreme south end of the
I don't get it. He
fairgrounds.
has a
And
megaphone.
again,
Why are
to
you
remind you,
screaming?
especially if you're just arriving, a little change in our schedule. We're going to move up the woodchopping show
That
from
fucking
1 o'clock. We're
megaphone
going to move it
is
to
against
12
his
noon.
throat.
So
The
the
only good thing
woodchopping
about
contest
not
today,
being at this fair
starting
today
at 12 noon
is
down at
not
the
listening to this
woodchopping
for the
ring.
next
We'll see you
10
there.
days.
I will agree halfway. The other good thing is that fucking barking dog squeaky toy across the fucking
That's
lane
down
from us.
today.
That
But they
thing
have
went
a
off
whole table
for like
right now.
6 hours
Yeah,
yesterday.
They were not fucking around with that thing. They wanted to sell that whole table they got over them over there.
Did you go and count?
No.
Oh.
It looks like 97.
Nick said there are 97 of them at that table.
Did you go and count?
Nick yesterday got real loud about them shutting it the fuck off, and the guy instantly got up and shut off. So we may not have to battle it today.
No, that's nice. Nick also buried Chinese-made shirts yesterday to a customer, and Will would not let it go the rest of the day.
Tom.
Oh, what do you not want on your pizza?
No, weird. Yeah, we did.
I didn't answer yours.
Okay, go ahead.
I don't know. You
We
put-
call them Chinese shirts.
Well, the
think
question is,
China-
what do I want on my pizza? So the opposite of what I want on my pizza is your answer.
Yeah, you would eat anything on your pizza.
That's not true. There are two things that I eat. Specifically, when people say, "Hey, what do you guys want on your pizza?" I say, "I don't like this and this. Everything else is fine."
Anchovies?
Nope, I could eat anchovies. That's
Ugh. Tomatoes?
what? It's literally fucking tomato sauce.
I don't know.
Mushrooms and olives, Tom. I do not eat mushrooms and olives.
So you don't like the supreme pizza, huh? I don't like
No.
mushrooms or
I
olives
gagged.
either, but I will eat olives, not mushrooms.
This is true. I can get mushrooms into my mouth. The second I try to bite down on them, I gag and throw up. Olives, I cannot get near my mouth. As soon as they get close enough to smell, I start gagging.
So here's the thing. I just thought of a genius idea. Remember the baby food thing?
I do.
Okay. We're about to hit 100 subscribers on YouTube. We're like,
Dipping olives in baby food.
nope. I think you need to eat a whole mushroom.
I could eat a whole mushroom. It would not be pleasant. But I dated a girl a while back,
Okay.
and she would put mushrooms like on pizza, and I could get through it. I don't know if I could eat a mushroom. Well, I've also eaten mushrooms by themselves, but for completely different
Eat a can of
purposes.
olives.
Okay.
Or just drink the olive juice. Well,
Okay. Mushroom and olives together. Yeah, they eat something like that.
it's gross. I don't want to do that.
Perfect. So at 100 subscribers, we're going to have Matt, cheese.
Who the fuck is Matt? We haven't even interviewed a man.
We're gonna have Pat and Matt Brown. I think that's where I came from.
Thanks.
We're gonna have, I think I was thinking Mason too. It all came together in one.
Okay,
thing.
Mattson, got it.
Mattson. We're gonna have Mattson here eat a plate of mushrooms and olives and drink a cup of olive juice at the same time.
Nice. Gross. Tom, how do I comfort myself after a rough day? Remember, we're playing the opposite game. This is easy for me. Tom, you go downstairs and release the woman chained in your basement. Just let her leave.
I thought that was our secret.
Well, it's opposites.
Yeah, I would never do that. Why would you tell
He would
anybody
never
else?
release her.
Well, yeah, it's opposites. You're
Yeah,
golden.
Yeah, but we're not supposed to tell anybody I have a woman chained in my basement.
Oh, winky
How you
face.
doing, guys? How you doing? Good.
You would continue to do more. Work relaxes you, so you go home and do more work.
It's not very far-fetched. I'm fine with that.
We're going to let a celebrity be in our group of friends. Who would I ask?
Oh, Tom, so you're bringing somebody into the friend group that you will enjoy the company of, enjoy the conversation with, and who would not embarrass you publicly.
Sure.
Tom, you are inviting Kamala Harris to hang out. I could easily see that.
Oh, you're inviting Pat McAfee
Why would that be the last person?
because I
Just
love
because
him.
you would gain from it?
Yeah, well, that's the only, like, you're such an accepting person. I can't think of anybody that you don't like as a celebrity.
Amber Heard. Last person I'm letting in this group.
Describe me in 3 words.
Okay. You ready?
Here we go.
Really thin guy. Tom, go ahead.
Full-size midget.
So, for those of you who were not live with us yesterday, it occurred to me that Tom kind of looks like a full-size midget, an FSM, if you will. And then I was picking up pretzels, and the 2 girls that we talked about interviewing before, the model/actress, and her friend who was the elementary school teacher, they were in line behind me getting pretzels, and I said, "Hey, do you guys want to be on a podcast?" They said, "Sure." And I said, "When you get over there, can you tell Tommy of the Number 9 with Tommy podcast that he looks like a full-size midget?" So when they came over, I said, "Hey, did you have something that you wanted to say to Tom by any chance?" And the blonde, who Tom referred to as an airhead, said, "I forgot what I was supposed to say," which really blew it.
But Shirley just proved that she was an air.
It did not go well. But so we called him full-size midget all day.
If I have 1 hour to spend $5,000, where would I not go?
If you had 1 hour to spend $5,000, where's the last place you would go? Ooh. The last place you would go was $5,000. I'm thinking.
I got yours.
You, oh boy, you love spending money. Oh, no, you would not go to a fundraiser for the ATF.
Okay. It's kind of weird.
I don't know if they have fundraisers.
You're right. I would not go. I know that they have fundraisers, but especially since they're a government-funded agency.
You would not go anywhere where people who could easily attain the money for themselves have chosen not to.
That's true. Sure. I fucking hate people. You would not go to the casino.
No, if I had $5,000, that's just a horrible way to lose $5,000. I've got $5,000. What do I need a casino for?
To make it $10,000. $15,000.
I don't need $10,000. I have $5,000. I'm basically wealthy. You know how much fucking ramen you can get for $5,000?
Can we just comment on how that mother was so concerned with going home to make meatballs last night?
Dude. Okay, first off, she wasn't going home to make meatballs. She was going home to make meatballs and sauce and sausages. She loves meatballs, sauce, and sausages. And I love hearing her say it. It was fucking hilarious.
For like 2 hours of her 4-hour journey was yesterday, she kept saying I should go home and make meatballs.
It was at one point, I don't know if you were there, I turned to her and her daughter and I said, has there ever been a time for any event, including weddings and funerals, when you guys were ever on time for anything?
Yeah. And the mother said, we're always on time.
Yeah,
and
and the daughter
goes,
said, never. Literally never. They settled on fashionably late, was technically on time.
When we're 85 years old, what are we not doing?
When we're 85 years old, what will we be doing together? The opposite.
Yeah.
Tom, when we're 85 years old, we will be.
Thanks so much.
We will be docking.
That's your answer?
Yeah, I waited until Leah left.
There would be a lot of excess skin at that point, so it's realistic that we could be docking at 85 years old. I'll tell you what, when we're 85 years old, you know what we won't be doing together? Fucking breathing.
Facts.
I see my timeline is somewhere around 61.
If we'd met earlier,
How you doing, guys?
what would our relationship have been like?
So let's see, you're 33, so if we go back 16 years, that's about when we met. So let's say we were going back 20 years, you're in high school, I'm out of high school. We would not be...
How you doing, folks?